Hello everyone, I would like to make a video about a story which happens with one of my dog who was born in my kennel, and it's a story of negligence and abuse. Um, I'm a breeder who stand behind our dogs, and if somebody don't want to have a dog who they got from us, I always will take the dog back or assist to find a new home if it's possible. But I never will say no, like, no, I'm not taking dog. No, I will help. I will help to take the dog back or find a new home. So in 2019, in April, I sold two puppies from different litters to a person in Atlanta suburbs. And puppies were living there with this person. And probably yeah, but a year later, he contacted me and said that he don't want to have one of these puppies. So I asked him what is the reason for not having a dog, why he want to keep one puppy, but don't want to keep this one. And he said it's just some family problems, whatever. And I did ask one of my other client from Georgia if she knows anyone in area who would be interested to have this dog. And she told me actually yes. She said that when she goes to veterinarian in her area, there is a vet tech who is really liking her Central Asian Shepherd. So every time she's bringing them, she really likes them. And this woman told her that she would like to have this type of dog one day. So she said, let's ask her, and maybe she want to have this dog. And yes, this woman, veterinarian technician, her name is Laura Brooke Robinson. Stratton is her married name. She want to have this dog. So it was a rehoming, and the dog was free of charge. My client, Sarah, she went there to previous owner, pick up the dog. Everything was fine. Dog was happy and friendly. The dog was 1 year and 5 months. The dog was all happy. She put the dog in her car and drove to veterinarian office and gave the dog to this woman, Laura Brooke. I did contact this new owner after that and told her that I'm a breeder and I'm happy she got the dog, and I hope everything will be good. And if she have any questions or need any help, she is more than welcome to contact me. So everything sounds like perfect, right? What can be the best? The dog went to veterinarian tech, and 2 days after the dog was already in her care, she actually texted me and said that she find out the dog have a positive heartworm test. So it's a durafilaria in the dog's heart, and the dog was positive, which can happen. The previous owner maybe didn't give a heartworm prevention. You need to give a heartworm prevention in areas like Georgia all the time because there is no winter. Or maybe he missed it, who knows why. But I did contact him, a previous owner, and I said, this dog is heartworm positive. I just want to ask him about his input. And he said, okay, it happens. He actually gave $1,000 for treatment of this dog, which is very good, right? He gave him money to treat the dog. So the woman, Laura Brooke Robinson Stratton, receives this money. And maybe months later, I asked her how the treatment goes, how the dog is. And she told me the dog is going through 3/2 of the treatment and doing wonderful addition to her family. Everything is good. So everything was like wonderful. So everything was good. I had only 2 phone conversations with this person. When she just got a dog, I think I did. Yeah, I called her and just said how happy I am that the dog is now placed in the house with veterinarian and she will take care of her heartworm. And she said, yes, it's a wonderful dog. Everything's so good. She said dog is very good with her kids and her other dogs. She had a pit bull and I think Weimaraner. She said everything is fine. Dog is very sweet, not fearful, outgoing, like very good manners, like no problems at all. And the second time I talked to this person, Laura Brooke, probably maybe 3 weeks after, maybe 2 months after, and I asked her how the dog is doing, and she said she's fine, but I think she has a cancer. So I said, okay, can I call you? Because I was worried, so I called her. And she said that one of her back feet of the dog, where she has a hug, have like a bump, and she thinks it's a cancer. I'm like, can you send me a picture of it? She sent me a picture of it, and I told her, no, it's not a cancer. It's just a pressure sore, and some of the dogs have a more sensitive skin on their limbs, so they develop pressure sores, while other dogs in the same household, laying on the same concrete or a carpet, will never have it. And I was kind of surprised that she's being a vet technician creating such a serious diagnosis like a cancer, because it was just, like a little like a pink bump like on a bone on a hawk. But that's it. I didn't talk to her on the phone. After that, I did ask her for pictures updates, and I probably in 2 years I asked her like 6 times to send me pictures, and she did send it to me. And one time she told me that she cannot send me a picture because she's 9 months pregnant and she's laying in the bed. And I said, oh, okay, maybe your husband can send me pictures when he can. And it was no pictures for quite time. This was around Christmas time, 2021. And it was no pictures, that's fine. And then I received a picture. She sent me a picture. It was January 2022. And I said, oh, thank you. The dog look okay. I said, is she gaining any weight? And she said, like, yeah, 104. So the dog didn't get any weight. The dog was pretty skinny for her size. And then I think as a first conversation when I had to her, I asked her when she's planning to spay the dog. And she said, yeah, I will spay her. And I said, it's better to do it around 2 years old so the dog can grow up. And I never back again because, look, I gave a dog to vet tech, right? Vet tech knows everything, right? They know how to treat the heartworm. She receives money to treat the heartworm. After the dog is treated for heartworm, you put the dog on a monthly prevention, right? Even if you will miss 1 month, you give it next time. And if dog even was infected by mosquito bite, the pill will take care of it. But if it's like a long time infection, then prevention will not help. You need to do a little bit different route. But everything sounds like everything was good. So beginning of 2022, I asked her something and she don't reply. So I asked a couple times. She didn't reply. Maybe for pictures, Christmas pictures, after Christmas pictures. And then she didn't reply. And I sent her a message because I kind of started feeling that maybe something happened because she said that she was, just having a baby, right? And a lot of, from my experience, I know that when people have like a new baby, they sometimes can be too busy and they don't want to have a dog anymore. I know it from experience as a dog trainer and a dog breeder. So I did write her a text message saying if she want to rehome the dog because it's a burden for her, or like taking too much for her, I understand. Just let me know. I will help you to find a new home. I just want to help. I don't want a dog to be a burden. And she answered me like a second day and saying, no, everything is fine. The dog is fine. And I never rehome my pets. She said, I never rehome my pets. They have a best life with me. This was end of January 2022. Then she sent me actually a picture in March. In the end of March 22nd, 2022, she sent me a couple pictures updates. And I said, oh, thank you. And maybe 3-4 months later, I asked something, how's dog health? And she didn't reply. Maybe I asked a couple more times. I didn't reply. I called her. She didn't reply. She blocked me. And I asked my other client, I said, do you know what's happened? Because she blocked me. She's just gone. And she said, no, I don't know. She said, I don't know. I don't see her at veterinarian office as well anymore. So I don't know what's happened. And I called to veterinarian clinic and they kind of refused to tell me if she still works there. And they refused to tell me if this dog is a client there. This was kind of strange. So I kind of feel like, okay, something happened. Something happened. She probably don't have a dog. And like a year later, I tried again. No, she didn't return my text or anything. I didn't have her mail address. I said, okay, she probably don't have a dog anymore. Maybe put her down. I don't know what else I can do. How I can find her. I don't know. I cannot find her and that's it. And then just 10 days ago at my Facebook group page, somebody posted about rescues and adoption. And one person mentioned that it's a wonderful rescue group from California, Silk Road, LGD Rescue, who really help to find people, dogs, rescue, and everything like this. So I went and looked at this Facebook group page, Silk Road. And I went through some pictures they have, and I recognized this dog, Kali, who belonged to this vet tech, Laura Brooke Stratton. She was there for adoption. And it was March 2022. It was beginning of the March 2022 when this woman, Laura, put this dog for adoption through Facebook group. March 9th, she put the dog for adoption. March 22nd of 2022, she was still sending me pictures from her house saying the dog is still in her house, while she already didn't have a dog. She get rid of the dog. It was some bizarre story on a Facebook page of this LGD rescue, Silk Road, saying that wonderful woman saved this dog from euthanasia. It says that the dog was brought up in a veterinarian clinic in Georgia for euthanasia because owners cannot breed the dog. She was not breedable. Now rescue is searching for a new home, and this woman, a sweet Samaritan who saved this dog, she's a vet tech, her name is Brooke, she's a savior. She will keep the dog for some time in her house so dog can find a good home. Nobody knows that the Brooke is actually having this dog for over 2 years. I know that. My another client knows that. But we don't know that this dog exists. So I accidentally find out that the dog actually was given up for adoption. So I start looking online, and I was able to find some email address, and I decided to write. I wasn't sure that it's this woman, Brooke. And she replied to me. So my message, I will show a screenshot in the end of the message. And her reply was very aggressive. She said that she will take legal action against me for contacting her. And she said that she saved the dog. Saved from who? From herself. So it looks like it's a mental problem, mental issues with this woman, Brooke, because she got the dog. She spent money on herself instead of treating the dog. The dog was dying. You know, it's a deadly disease. Heartworm, it's a deadly disease. The dog was slowly dying in her care. And I don't know, maybe she want to breed her because she actually never spayed her. And then she decided to get rid of the dog in March 2022. And instead of calling me and said, hey, I don't want to have a dog anymore, she put the dog for adoption through some California rescue. Why she did it? It's a mental issue first. Second, because if she would call me and said, hey, I have this dog and I want to give her up, I would ask her if she's spayed, how's her heartworm? The dog was heartworm positive still. The dog was still sick. The new owner, home number 3, took the dog to the vet because dog was not gaining weight and she was severely heartworm sick. So it's been going for years because dog was never treated. So if this Brooke, home number 2, right, vet tech, would tell me, hey, help me to find a home for this dog, I cannot have her anymore for some reason, I would find out that $1,000 were never spent for treating of the dog, right? And the dog was never spayed or whatever. So I would find out. So anyway, I contact this rescue. I called them. They never returned the call. I started asking them, did you guys ever check the microchip of this dog? Because I am on microchip. Every dog I'm selling, I put myself into the microchip. So if owner cannot be contacted when dog is escaped or something happened or stolen, I can be contacted for a reason. I want to be contacted. I never was contacted. And when you rescue a dog, I was working in the government shelters as a dog trainer. When somebody bring a dog for surrender or they found it on the street, you always check for a microchip to see any information there. So it was really strange that rescue didn't say, hey, check the microchip because maybe this dog belonged to breeder and we can contact. No, it was really strange. So rescue didn't answer to me. And next day on the Facebook, they start deleting my questions. And I asked my other clients, said, hey, can you ask them? Because they're deleting my questions. They don't want to answer. And they also delete questions from my clients. But they said to one of our friend who asked this rescue, hey, why you never contact the breeder when you got this dog for adoption? And the rescue said, oh, we already were out of business or we don't know something. So it was some kind of lies. They were in the business. So what's funny is that the dog was adopted by the woman, Amanda, in the end of March 2022. She was adopted. She found her through this Facebook group. And Rescue was still publishing pictures of this dog on their page, asking for donations to help this dog to treat for a heartworm. And this woman who adopted this dog, she never received any of this money. She said it was so strange even to see it on the Facebook because she already had this dog in her possession. It became her dog, and Rescue was still asking for her money. But anyway, Rescue banned me, blocked me from their page. So like they don't want to just answer why they behave this way. It was like really strange. I was able to contact this woman because I saw pictures of her getting the dog on the Rescue page, and I found her on the Facebook. And she contacted me. I wrote her a couple times. I thought maybe she's not existing. But she contacted me and she told me the story. She said that she saw the dog on the Facebook page and she always want to have a intelligent shepherd. She contacted the rescue. She had a contract with rescue. I have this contract. I will show it in the end of the message, all the documentation, where they said that she's adopting these dogs through their rescue. And the dog is healthy, have no health problem, and she will be spayed before going to her. So dog was never spayed. And this woman drove to house of this Laura Brooke. But Laura Brooke was advertised as a person who saved this dog from some bad people who brought this dog for get euthanized, for not being able to give them puppy. This is such a BS, because if you bring a healthy dog to veterinarian and said, hey, I just want to put it down because, I don't need it anymore, or she don't give me a puppy, veterinarians will not put it down. They will call rescue or, like a human society or anything. Veterinarians just not putting down the dogs for just because you said so. So it's just strange that rescues who so experienced even believed in this story. And it was no medical documents for this dog. And you know why it was no medical documents for this dog? Because this woman who had her for 2.5 years, Laura Brooke, she didn't want to show to rescue and to this new owner that she was owning this dog for all this time. She told everyone that she only had this dog for a few days. She only saved this dog for a few days. And this new owner, Amanda, she actually found the pictures of the dog, of this dog, dated like a year before, on this vet tech Brooke husband Facebook page. So she understood that it were lies. It were lies because they had this dog for quite time. And dog was in a pretty bad condition, extremely skinny, ribs are showing a lot, like a discharge from her eyes. Anyway, this woman come to the Brooke house, and Brooke said, I don't know, I just saved this dog. I don't know anything about this dog. I just paid her to be a good person, so you can adopt her. But I don't know anything about this dog. Some horrible people want to euthanize her. And this woman took the dog. She said the dog was very skittish. She had very worn-out teeth. The teeth were really broken, and the dog was only 3 years old. So when this woman, Amanda, came to pick up the dog from a Brooke the savior, the dog was shy. The dog was unhappy. The dog was skinny. The dog had a bluish gums. The dog had a discharge from her private parts. And she asked Brooke, why is the dog having a discharge? And she said, it's just because she was just spayed. Something like that. Yes, the dog was just spayed. So the dog never was spayed before, because Brooke told me, I will spay her 2 years old. No, the dog was already over 3 years old and she wasn't spayed. I don't know what's the reason to lie. Maybe Brooke did want to breed her. I don't know. Vet tech, having a sick dog with the worms in a dog heart, want to breed the dog? It's just crazy. So the dog was shy. The dog have a sensitivity to the it's like the dog had arthritis, but the dog was sick. And Brooke told to the new owner the dog is all healthy, gets paid, have a wonderful relations with her kids. Even in a few days, have a wonderful relation. It's a nice dog, but she just don't need it. She says the dog is heartworm negative, and this woman said, "Can I have a paperwork that she's heartworm negative, that she was spayed, something?" And this woman and veterinarian vet techs Brooke said, "No, I don't have any papers." So strange. Okay. I know why, because in this clinic, she was the owner of this dog. So all the paper would say that she's the owner for years, and she creates a new crazy story. So this woman took this dog, take her to her house. She's also living in Georgia, but 3 hours away from a place where Brooke is. The dog was very shy, sensitive, unhappy, but not aggressive. But she can say the dog was abused and her teeth were really in a bad condition, like she was chewing on something, maybe tried to escape from a crate, maybe it was on a chain. So the totally wore down teeth for a 3-year-old dog, bad condition. And then the dog was not gaining a weight. and was kind of like a bluish gum and everything, kind of like not looking healthy. So she did the heartworm test. Even, she was told the dog is heartworm negative by Brooke and rescue. She did the test and dog was positive. And she started treatment, and it was kind of like the dog was like in a pretty bad condition, so certain treatment was not able to use it. So they used like a slow treatment on her. I also have all this documented. I have the documents from the new owner. So the dog is okay now and, having a happy life. She definitely is mentally damaged and her health will never be good because for all these years, it was a negligence from vet tech, Brooke. Dog could be treated. If you don't want to treat it, at least give it to someone else who maybe will treat it. No, she put money in her pocket, didn't treat it. So it's just a very sad story. And I want to tell that sometimes you think, oh, this person is so nice, like a nice family, younger people with little kids, having like a pit bulls, hugging cows on the pictures. It's probably a wonderful, wonderful family. They will love a dog. No, it's a vet tech who neglected the dog and then create a bunch of lies. It's just disaster. You go to the veterinarian and the veterinarian will tell you that, oh, you need to do this and this for a dog. But here is a Brooke, a vet tech who wants this dog to die, maybe. She wasn't treated her. Yeah, just like upsetting that you will think, oh, this is a wonderful family, wonderful people. No, can be not a wonderful people. And being a vet tech or a preacher in a church, or whatever, it's not mean it's a good person. So right now, the dog is happy. I have a couple pictures of her, and I keep contact with the new owner, and I will put all the documentation I have, including messages with the Brooke. And Brooke trying to attack me a couple days ago about this dog. So I'm happy the dog is alive because I thought this dog is dead. And I'm shocked that people can be so double-faced and so evil. Even the vet techs, even the mamas of little kids, even they love pit bulls and cows and, like little pythons. But yeah, they can be not good at all. So this is just my story, and I don't know how to prevent dogs from going to such people. I don't know. A lot of mentally sick people are attracted to big, mastiff guard dogs like Central Asian Shepherds or something similar. A lot of mentally sick people. Even veterinarians can be sick too, like this. So this is my story and I want to share it. It's a long video because I'm explaining everything and the proof is in the end of the video. Have a nice day.